Now, when news of this British envoy being killed reaches the British royal crown, they obviously take offense to it, and they also considered it an act of war. And what they did is they sent a company of soldiers in 1897 into the Kingdom of Benin to basically burn the place down, massacre as many people as they could, and sack the place, which they essentially did. And in the process of sacking the place, they erased the history and they erased the existence of one of the most important and one of the greatest African kingdoms that ever existed. In the time of them massacring people and razing the place to the ground, thousands upon thousands of texts were destroyed. All of the Benin bronzes that now sit in the British Museum were taken. There's a bunch of bronze busts that were taken. The Ido people were very, very good carvers as well. There were all of these amazing, intricate ivory carvings that were taken from the Kingdom of Benin as well, most of which can be seen in the British Museum. I've seen them myself and they're absolutely amazing. And they essentially just wiped this kingdom off the map. Before the British went into the Kingdom of Benin and destroyed it, there was a giant earthworks wall, if you could call it that, that surrounded the Kingdom of Benin. And according to the Guinness Book of World Records, I don't know what year it was in the 70s, but they highlighted that the wall of Benin was the largest earthworks that were ever completed by human beings before the mechanical era. They were larger than the Great Wall of China. They were massive, but all of the stuff was it was completely erased. They blew all of that stuff up. And yeah, that's the second massacre I wanted to highlight. Third one is the Battle of Salt River. So this battle happens in 1510 when the Portuguese come here and come to South Africa, and they're essentially trying to get a bunch of land for themselves. And they encounter the natives at the time, which were the Khoi people in the Cape, and they started fighting. And this obviously didn't go in the favor of the Portuguese, and they ended up losing about 60 to 64 sailors. The Khoi obviously won this skirmish. This also serves to highlight a very important point in the story of colonialism and colonization in Africa. There's often this narrative that is presented by some people, and I think it comes from a good place, where they talk about the subjugation, victimization of African people in the time of colonialism, but they almost infantilize the people who are being colonized and make it seem like people are just sitting here waiting for the Europeans to come and massacre everybody, which wasn't necessarily the case. There were a lot of Europeans that ended up dying doing stupid shit here, and there were a lot of Africans that ended up dying doing what some people might consider stupid shit. That is the Battle of Salt River.